Hey guys, it's Marissa, and for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my second semester at FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology, and my overall thoughts from finishing my freshman year here. So if you guys are interested, then just keep watching. So I'm going to be separating this video into 4 parts to make it more easy to understand, so check out the description box for timestamps if you want to skip around. So for the first part, I'm going to be going over my major and the courses that I took for my major. So if you didn't know already, I'm an advertising and marketing communications major currently, and I just finished my first year in that program because it's a 2-year associate's program. So once I am finished with it after this year, I can move on into my bachelor's degree. I'm going to be going over my schedule. I'll start with Mondays. So Monday from 12:10 to 1, I had the lab portion of my statistics class. This is MA 222. It's called Statistical Analysis. So this is just statistics, college level statistics, and honestly I was a little worried for this class because I'm not really the greatest at math, but I blew through it. It was actually really easy for me. So if you're not really good at math either and you have to take this class, don't be too worried. It's really not as bad as it sounds. Tuesdays from 9:10 to 12, I had advertising and promotion, which is AC 111, and this class is really just, well, advertising and promotion kind of definitions. It's very similar to a class that you have to take the first semester. I'm just going to leave a link in the description box to all of the course descriptions because they make a lot more sense on FIT's website. So Tuesday afternoon from 2:10 to 5, I had psychology, which is SS 131, and this is one of the gen eds that I'm required to take. So I learned a lot in psychology and I found it very interesting. Wednesday from 12:10 to 3, I had the lecture portion of my math class. So like I said, it was the statistics class. And then Thursday from 9:10 to 12, I had philosophy ethics, which is PL 431. I decided that I'm going to be minoring in ethics and sustainability, so that was just one of the required courses for the minor. So I decided to take it and get it over with. If you're going to be taking that class and you're kind of scared because it's says philosophy and whatever, don't be too worried because it's more ethics based. It's really not all that bad. It was a lot more interesting than I expected. Thursday from 2:10 to 5, I took AC 141, which is Intro to Journalism. So this is literally just an introduction to journalism class. It's required for the major, although a lot of advertising and marketing communications is not journalism. Class is still required, so you're gonna have to take it. And if you're like me and you're not really interested in journalism, it's kind of a drag. I did learn a lot of interesting things in that class. And then lastly, on Fridays from 9:10 to 12, I had AC 171, Mass Communications. So it's mass communications, kind of how communication started and how it is now with mass media and stuff like that. So yeah, that was my schedule. It was 18 credits and 6 courses. I briefly just wanted to mention that I am going to be going back to FIT, obviously. I will be living in Kaufman Hall, so if you're interested in seeing videos about that, then subscribe, and I'm definitely going to be posting a dorm tour and hopefully some vlogs and stuff. So next, for part 2 of this video, I'm going to be talking about kind of the on-campus dorm life, what it's like living on campus at the dorms across the street from the actual buildings where classes are held. So I don't really have a lot to say here because I did go over most of this stuff in my other review video, so I'll link that down below. But something that I would like to say after living in dorms for 7.5 months and kind of my overall idea is that I wish I had gotten more involved in different things. Although I did get involved with a lot more things than most people do, I wish that I had gotten involved in RHA, which is the Residence Halls Association. For each hall has a president, vice president, I think a marketing coordinator, and a treasurer maybe. But you don't have to be a senior or anything. Obviously, since these dorms are mainly freshmen, you can be whatever. You can just apply, you can nominate yourself, and then people vote. So honestly, I just recommend nominating yourself and running for a position because you never know, you might really enjoy it. I know a lot of people who did it and it looked super fun, and I really wish I did it. If you're interested in learning about the dining hall, I shared a lot of my thoughts in the other video that I reviewed FIT on, so I'll link that down below. So part 3 of this video, I'm just going to be talking about life as an FIT student overall, just things I learned after a whole entire 2 semesters there. So first of all, there are a lot of events thrown by like the campus, just the school in general, or clubs or whatever. There's a ton of things to do most of the time. Like for example, there's flea markets or other things like free milkshakes or something like that, and bake sales and a ton of different things. But I will say that either there's a billion things going on or there's literally nothing. So just pay attention to the emails that FIT sends out each week, and you can find different events that you might want to go to. Literally everything is usually free except for like the flea markets. You can buy things, but like I said, there's like free milkshakes, sometimes there's free ice cream or free snow cones, so take advantage of that. That's something to pay attention to when you're on campus, just in general. Like I said earlier, I recommend to anybody just to get involved. It'll make you feel more of a community and you'll just find so many friends that way. Like I said, I wish I had gotten more involved than I did, and I definitely wish to in the future to continue getting involved because it really makes you feel a part of FIT and like your voice is being heard, and you just can meet so many cool people. Next, I wanted to talk about, do people really dress up? So for that, honestly, not everybody dresses up every single day. If you want to go to school in leggings and a hoodie like I do sometimes, then go for it. Nobody's going to say anything to you. Nobody looks at me when I'm kind of just dressed, I don't know, down like in a t-shirt or in leggings. No one looks at me like, why are you here, type of thing, because honestly I was like nervous because I just prefer to dress comfortable rather than like in a dress and high heels, because that's just not me. So no, not every single person dresses up every single day. Of course there's going to be people who like are obsessed with dressing up, and that's great, but if you're not, then don't worry about it. You'll be fine and you'll fit in because everybody there is different, and honestly no one really cares what you're wearing. As harsh as that may sound, this school is pretty non-judgmental, so honestly if you show up to class in your pajamas, no one's gonna say anything. I have another little piece of advice, which is just to keep an open mind for everything and everyone. And what I mean by that is if you get invited to something or if there's some type of event and you're like, should I go, should I not? Honestly, just go. And this also works kind of for meeting new people and making friends too. Like, don't kind of just put yourself in a mindset that, oh, that person would never be my friend. Kind of just keep an open mind because they might end up being your friend, and if you had shut them off, then you wouldn't have found that friendship. So basically just kind of keep an open mind to everything, especially in the first semester. So for part 4 of this video, I'm just going to be giving some kind of academic and then overall advice. My first bullet point on here is just to visit the Academic Advisement Center. When FIT sends you an email saying like it's time to make your academic advisement appointment, make that appointment, okay? And make it as soon as you get that email, because spots will fill up and then you won't be able to meet with your advisor and you might need their help. I found myself needing my academic advisor's help with questions a lot this semester because honestly there's a lot of things that FIT doesn't tell you. So you really need to get that one-on-one help with an academic advisor, and why not take advantage of it? It's free and they're there for a reason. So now I kind of have just like a random little experience about the placement test. So before I came to FIT, after I got accepted in the summer, I came to the school, paid $25 to take a math placement test. And the reason for this was because I wasn't sending in my SAT and ACT scores, because I looked on the website and where it would have placed me into the math class wasn't where I wanted to be. So I was like, why not just take the test, and if it places me in the same, then that's fine. If it places me where I need to be, then that's even better. So I took the test and I ended up getting placed in the like remedial math course, which is basically you have to take it and it's like credits, but it doesn't count. You just have to like pass it in order to move on. So for my major, you have to take statistics like I had talked about. So I had to schedule that remedial math course into my schedule first semester. And what happened with this is that on the very first day of that remedial math course, I think it's MA 080 and 081, they give you a 20 question test, and anybody who passes it gets to drop the class. So usually only 5 people end up passing it, they say, and there's about 20 people in a class. So I passed it and I didn't have to take that remedial course, and then I could just go on to statistics. So I scheduled it for second semester. So basically what I'm saying here is I took the placement test, got placed into that remedial course, and then I took the test in the remedial course and then placed out. So I don't know what the heck kind of like difference there was, but it makes absolutely no sense to me that I was placed into a intro course and then I didn't even need to take it and I placed out, and then statistics was easy for me. So I don't know what kind of crap is on that placement test that you have to take, but honestly it was kind of frustrating and a huge waste of time. I can't speak for the English placement test. because I did dual enrollment at high school with a community college, so I had credits for both my English composition and literature, so I can't speak on behalf of that. But yes, that is just my little experience with the placement test situation. The next little piece of advice is don't buy the textbooks until you actually go to class, because they're going to list the textbooks that you need on FIT's like bookstore website, and honestly some teachers don't even use them or they provide them for free. So wait until you get into class, wait to see what your teacher says. Even if they send you an email or a syllabus before, wait until you actually speak to that teacher, because I had an instance where the professor sent out an email before class and the professor said we needed to buy a brand new book. It was like $200 and it needed to have the access code so we could log into the thing where he puts things on, and literally we did not need that. We didn't even need the book, we didn't need the access code, we didn't need anything. So just wait it out. If you are purchasing textbooks, I recommend looking at Chegg or Amazon rentals because it's way cheaper than the FIT bookstore. And the next point I wanted to say is just give FIT time if you come here and you kind of are like, ooh, maybe this isn't for me, because I know a few people who came here and transferred right after the first semester and then regretted it because they just didn't give it enough time. So if you come here and maybe you're feeling like you don't fit in, then just give it time, because everybody's there at one point in their life here at FIT. I experienced that. I was like, wow, do I really need to be here? Like, is this my place? Do I fit in? Because I really felt like I didn't. But after giving it time, I realized that it really was where I was meant to be. My last comment is just something that I feel like nobody really talks about, but I feel like it's a point that should be made. It's more than just fashion. If you want to come to FIT, you can do so many other things. You can do photography, film, AMC, cosmetics and fragrance marketing, there's entrepreneurship, there's so many other things that are not fashion related or not design related. There's business, there's liberal arts, there's so many different things, and there's a ton of different minors that aren't fashion related either. So if you're thinking about coming here but you're like, I have to be into fashion, honestly, of course, it's kind of something that the general population at FIT shares is an interest in, you know, dressing up, being fashionable or whatever, but not everybody. I know for me, I was kind of like, I don't know any designers, I don't know anything about fashion or textiles, like I'm gonna be so out of the loop at this school, but honestly, anybody can come here that's just interested in a variety of different majors that they have. You don't have to be just into fashion. There's so much more that you can do here, guys and girls. So if you're thinking about coming but you're not sure because maybe fashion isn't really as something that you're as interested in as other people are, then still give it a chance, because you might like some of the other majors that they do offer that aren't fashion related. So that's all for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoy. Check out my other FIT videos if you're interested, and subscribe if you want to see more New York City and FIT related videos. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.